Okay, so now the task is to figure out each of these terms. So if I'm integrating from xi to xi plus 1, there are two options. One is to u square, one is u minus 1 square, right? So if it's u square, then what I'm doing is I am actually integrating over what? I'm integrating from xi to xi plus 1. There are two active terms. One is ai times this 1 minus this guy, xi plus 1 minus xi, right? I mean, this is kind of generalization from what we had before to what is in the general algorithm. So this is x minus xi plus 1, and still xi plus 1 minus xi. So, sorry, this is plus dx, right? Okay, this whole thing squared. Now, if you actually take the squares out, you get, let me just call this phi I, and this is phi I plus 1. So if you, yes?
Why can't you just keep the u0 in there and just say like, have it like u0 of xi?
Yeah, sure. That's a good idea. So u minus u0 square, and basically I have a minus u0 here, okay? So then when I split the square, then I have several terms. One term is ai square phi I square, right? Okay. One term is ai. Actually, I have two of ai plus 1 times phi I plus 1. I have ai plus 1 square phi I plus 1 squared, and then I have three more terms. I have three more terms relating to the this u0, right? So first term is u0 square, which we don't really care because we are minimizing this over ai, and anything that doesn't involve ai I don't care about in the minimization. So that I don't care, and the two terms I actually care is ai times phi I times u0. Oh, I should be minus, sorry. This is minus u0. And minus ai plus 1 times phi I plus 1 times u0 dx.
This is still integrated over the same bound.
Oh, this is integrated over just the one element, right? Okay. So now it's time to recognize what we are doing. Of all these terms, which are actually has to be kept inside the integral, which can be pulled out?
You can pull out the u0 squared.
No. The u0 squared actually can be pulled out except for the second interval, because u0 squared is 0 or 1 in the first one.
It depends on x.
Yeah, everything that doesn't depend on x can be pulled out. Yeah. So what doesn't depend on x? The a's doesn't depend on x, right? The phis do depend on x. So I pull the a's out. Next page. So what I'm gonna be minimizing is no. Let's just still write that integral from xi to xi plus 1. The integral is gonna become several terms. So I have ai squared, right? It's an integral over phi I squared, right? So that's this term. All right. And let's pause a little bit to reflect on what that term is. I'm integrating over ai to ai plus 1. I'm integrating xi to xi plus 1. What I'm integrating is phi I squared, and phi I is something that goes from 1 here and goes back to 0 here. Okay, so that's a triangle, and I'm integrating the square of the triangle, which is something like that, right? A quadratic. What's the area under this quadratic here? Somebody guess?
2/3 of the area of the triangle.
Yes. How do you know that?
remembered it from some problem.
Okay, yeah. So the area under this quadratic is actually 2/3 of the area under the triangle. Yeah,
Collect 200.
okay. It's you can take a geometric approach, right? This triangle is similar to the triangle between 0 and 1, right? And the square of the quadratic is similar to the quadratic of x squared, right? So the triangle has an area of half, and the quadratic has an area of 1/3. So just taking the geometric similarity principle, you can see the area below that quadratic is 2/3 of the triangle, which is 1/3 of the rectangle, which is xi plus 1 minus xi, right? So the area of this rectangle is, the height is 1, the width is xi plus 1 minus xi. Why are you shaking your heads?
It's much better than integrating everything.
Yeah,
This is much better than integrating everything.
It's much better than doing the algebra and making mistakes, right? So this is actually 1/3 of xi plus 1 minus xi. Okay? All right. So the next term is 2 of ai times ai plus 1, and the integral is over the same bound, phi times phi plus 1. Okay, now let's figure out what that is. So phi, again, is that thing. Phi plus 1 is that thing. All right. The product? No, the product is this guy. Is this guy. Okay, this is the product. Right? It's again, if you take the geometric similarity principle, this is x. This is 1 minus x. So you got a quadratic. It's x times 1 minus x. So again, if we take the area of that compared to the area of the unit square, what is that? Well, I'll save you the
1/6.
Yeah, it's 1/6, right? Okay, so this is actually 1/6. So canceling with the 2 again, you get canceling with the 2 is again you get 1/3 of xi plus 1 minus xi. Of course, you have to multiply with ai and ai plus 1. So I'm running out of time. I hope I'm going to do this next lecture. But like, you can really come up with a collection of coefficients that are written in very simple and clean forms, right? In terms of all these xi's and xi plus 1s. And then you form a matrix, and you backslash the matrix, you get your coefficients. All right, I hope this is kind of useful.
Backslash the matrix. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You just solve the matrix with the right-hand side. And the right-hand side is the terms with the u0.